nice. It'll be on Monday, June 12th. And it has a very nice piece of what the Venus FQN experience, which I would love to, if somebody wouldn't mind putting it to our doc, would be really nice. It's a bit long, Venus FQN experience. But I can just read it and then we can save all that. So we're gonna so one of our priorities, is that we explain what the Venus FQN experience is. Okay, that's a priority. That's the desired outcome. Agenda items. Does anybody have any agenda items? I can't come up with everything, guys. You all work a lot of hours. There has to be something interesting talking about. Why is it when you're in your static session, you all have something to say? And now that we start the Venus session, nobody wants to talk. Everybody's being quiet. There's nobody here who's brand new. Nobody. Nobody was it's their first main section. Everybody must have something they want to talk about. Okay, we can talk about it then. Okay, we already said that. We already brought that one up.
So,
that's already in there. If you read it, you'll see that's already in there. If you look at the doc. Try again. Anybody.
Steve, are you hearing me?
We have a thing on the responsibilities.
Hi, Steve.
That's already in there also.
Are you linking the previous Venus session doc here?
Steve.
Yes.
We can discuss about the new session, the new Quinton session, which is Central Asia session. We can discuss this.
Well, we can discuss the new Quintons. Yes, that's good. That going through the topics. That's very good. We have discussed the new budget. And the new value tracking system with the budget. Hold on, what's Lucy saying? I don't know why she needed a Sonic. There should be a Venus page.
So, hi Lucy. I record this session.
JJ just said use Venus session. Right. JJ said you have. Are we recording now?
Abdul, are we recording now?
Yes, I already recording. I'm linking this recording link in our doc.
Well, it would be nice if you told somebody they can start indexing. Nobody can index if you don't tell them that you started it, Abdul. Come on, you know better than that, please. All right, started from now. The index is going to be off. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know when he started.
That's true.
Yes.
I think we have to reassign our session responsibilities. I think will be
I guess you haven't been paying a lot of attention, have you? We already did this.
You are still continuing to review 20 people. I'm taking notes.
We already did this. Would somebody read back who's doing what so he knows? Thank you.
Okay, Steve is doing facilitation. Abdina is taking notes. Asif Mazu is timekeeper. Abdul is recording. Who is doing video indexing? I think Abdul.
Abdul, he's doing, yes. 1 second, Thomas. You have to wait until we're done with what we're doing. Okay, just one moment. Arlene, what are you doing?
I'm reading the Venus session messenger.
Okay. I'm actually going to read it. I'm going to read it out loud. So, let's see what else. We have to have Mars. We have to discuss the Mars elections and I will get out election forms before March session. We have to figure out who's here, so who the managers are. We need to have the ops management positions. I know I am one of them. I think Lucy is one of them. Part of that's going to be discussing making sure that the responsibilities get taken care of. We need. Yes, okay. Thomas, what do you have for me?
Just requesting whether because you have agreed on topics, whether you can join us and that we can discuss on that.
So what are you starting as your first topic?
So we're starting our topic right now. So just requesting whether you can join us on that, we can.
What, join us on the other, join you on the other hangout?
No, you can link us. You can link us together. You can link us together, right?
Right, so I'm asking you what topic you're doing.
We're doing on the first topic.
The first topic is the first topic is
No. I am topic. Okay. Let me tell you. What is your wellness standing every 30 minutes? What is your wellness standing every? This is our first topic. Okay, the first topic.
okay. The first topic is putting your willingness down every that thing. That's the one we are discussing on Thomas.
Yeah. An introduction to them.
Right, so that's what we said. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing that also. Goodbye.
Okay, so you join us or you can do it on your own?
We can do it on our own. We're more than capable of doing it on our own.
Cool.
Okay, and I'm going to swing over to the, I'm going to use the same one that we used last time since none of you were there. It makes it very easy to do.
Can you follow the topics?
I have their topics is on our sheet, and we're going to do most of their topics, yes. But again,
I think only the one or two, no?
yes, we do. And we said that was going to be you, Asif, Razul. But right now, let me get to the first topic, which is the Venus experience. Since
How many minutes are we assigning for our first topic?
half an hour, 30 minutes. So because after I explain it, after I do it, it's going to be Venus is 3 times a year. There's 110 days between the Venus sessions usually. So it's approximately 110 days a year. Okay. So let me get through this. The introduction to the Venus FQN experience. The FQN experience is an open session with no specific topic or focus. Instead, we allow an emergent experience to happen through the interactions of whoever shows up. In other words, anything is possible and everything. FQN experience can be completely different. The only rules are to allow breakout sessions for some experiences that are announced at the beginning, and those are generally break them into groups of 5 to 10 people at the growth to allow for greater participation. Okay, that's basically, there is no set, and I'm going to yell at Jay for this, because there is really no set agenda in our Venus topic. You can talk about anything you want. So me and Jay came up with some ideas of what we want to talk about, but there really is, nothing specific. Okay, We need to educate people about this and creating new structures. The structures we are currently using do not work for other people. They're working for their own interests. We really need to work on creating for new structures for people knowing how to make decisions. That's what the development of the world. Creating new monetary systems, creating new learning systems. Either way, it's not only about the structure, it's about the education. If we would educate the whole world, if the whole world was educated, so many problems that we have would go away. Could you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if everybody in the world had a college education, or the equivalent of a college education in experience working? If everybody read the classics, how many wars would have been saved? How many lives would have been saved that might have caused a change, and we wouldn't be in the situations we are now? The only consistent thing for every generation in the human experience, and there's only one, war. In every generation there were wars. In every age there were wars. In every year there were wars. Religions have mostly changed. The three major religions have basically been pretty stable. But even in those cases, it went from being 1 to 3 different gods. How many different sects of the Muslim religion? There's the Shiites, there's the Sunni, there's in the Jewish religion, there's the Orthodox, there's the Conservative, there's the Reform. In the Christian religion, there are God knows how many. Mormon, Presbyterian, Lutheran, Baptist, Roman Catholic, Eastern Orthodox. The only thing that really hasn't changed is war. Is avarice, greed, vice, all the things that will lead to war. This session is to allow you to talk about anything you want to talk about, no matter what it is. Let's say who has a topic they want to discuss. The topic can be anything. Okay, so who has a topic they would like to add to the agenda? On any subject.
I would like to add on the World Economic Forum. I want to discuss on the World Economic.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you don't try to force your ideas on anybody, that's fine. I want to discuss things that have to be in the FQN because I'm focused on the FQN, and that's, I wanted to, and I said what I want to discuss. How about somebody else? Nobody else here has anything on their minds that they want to talk about. The natural disasters we just had, anything.
Is it okay, the end of the first topic we are handling?
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm asking, which one is the first topic or anything we have to discuss?
This is the first topic. We're talking about the FQN experience. The FQN experience is anything you want it to be. An experience. That's what the Venus section is. So we have stuff that's for work, but are there any topics in or out of work that any of you want to talk about?
Okay, Steve, so anyone can propose his level as well?
Anyone can propose a topic, anyone can propose an agenda item, anyone can propose basically anything they want. In the Venus section. Now, it is also the executive section of the FQN. We're going to get to that. But we're starting with the Venus experience first.
Okay, I see here is asking about the moving people level from one level to another.
We can discuss leveling up, certainly. We can put that, somebody put that in the desired outcomes or in the topics leveling up to the next levels. I don't think there's anyone here. I don't think there's anyone here who's ready to go to level 5, except for maybe me.
Like level 3 to 4.
All right, from level 3 to 4, We can certainly discuss that. Somebody put it in the agenda, somebody put it in the design, the topics, we certainly can. And we have the topics on the sheet that the other team had. Okay, so we can, they're there, I mean, the ones that are on Jay's sheet, so we can certainly discuss all of those also. That being, let's see, we're going to talk about report, okay. Let's go over work reporting, hours tracking, and payroll, that's fine. Content evolution, I know we have to go over, not only about Abdul, Jay, and Zilla, but in general, for the fairly new members. We're going to do responsibility over there, we're going to do the new buddy. We're going to plan them for the Mars session, the website, nothing much that we can talk about here. Executive teams and executive roles, I think we're going to hit on Jay for. And I'm not really worried about the sextant organizing. As far as the Mars election goes, I will get the election forms out. So next to the Mars elections, I'll just put my name and we'll take it from there. Since I have the ability to get the emails out to everyone, as I've done before. So we have finished the first topic, I guess.
So
that being, or the first agenda item, that being that we go over clarity on what the Venus section is. The Venus section is, in itself that we can talk about anything, and the executive purpose is to make executive decisions for the organization. Now, Jay had some proposals. I don't know what they are. Who's that runner? Razu? Are you still here?
I think Razu is good here.
Okay. Asif, do you want to run over there and ask Steve if he wants to send us the proposals, or if he wants us to join them when he does the proposals? If he wants to do them at the beginning, we can go there now. If he wants to do them at the end, we can do them at the end. Or send them, just when he's ready for what the proposals are, send the proposals over to us and we can vote on them. Okay? There are a few proposals I know that he mentioned earlier.
Okay.
These problems with my computer are making this very difficult. Since I can't open up the doc on my computer, I have to do it on my phone. So I can't open up my earlier docs. Let's see. Okay, we need to approve and review the list of all the decisions that were made since the last Venus session. That's the proposal. That's a big one. Since every quarter moon session, and every moon session, and every full moon session, we make decisions. I need somebody to pull up the decisions back since June 12th.
yes,
Somebody do I have a volunteer to go to the master decisions doc and basically copy and paste every decision between June 12th and now into the notes of our doc?
I linking Steve. Are you hearing me, Steve? I already linking. And just check the below. Just checking. This is the link of 12.
What I said is, can somebody go to the master decisions doc, the global master decision doc for all the teams, the master decisions doc, and copy and paste all the decisions from June 12th until now into the notes section of our doc, so that I can read through them one by one and see if we have any problems with them, if anybody has any objections to them or anything else. Because we have every Venus section, we have to approve all decisions made since the previous Venus section. So I need somebody to go to the master decisions doc, copy all decisions since June 12th, and copy them to the bottom of that, paste them on the bottom of our doc in the notes section. Can somebody do that?
Okay, Steve. Okay, saying that whenever we'll go with the proposal, we'll send Thomas and he'll, let you know. But as of now, you are good to go.
Okay. So can anybody do what I just asked? Go to the master decisions doc and copy and paste and do it all in one shot. Slide right down the doc. Every decision from June 12th, the last meeting session, till now, into the bottom of our doc in the notes section. Since we must review and approve every decision made since the last meeting session.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, that shouldn't be difficult. Just do that one by one. Just slide down the list, turn the whole thing blue, and copy it to the bottom of our doc. Okay? Shouldn't be that difficult. Okay, let me see what else we have to do. We have the freedom for as far as the 1 week manufacture. Oh yeah, I have a question. Okay, I want to bring up WhatsApp. That's one of my topics. I would like to bring up. I know Jay put it on here for me. Communications on WhatsApp. Okay, and what it's all about.
We actually made a group.
Okay, and the unbus and calculated topics.
What are we supposed to copy and paste down there?
Every decision made. Every decision made. Okay, every single decision made between June 12th and now. I see you're sharing your screen, so let me see what we got. Okay. Okay. Right, so, but every decision made from Monday, June 12th, from Tuesday, June 13th, until today, or the last quarter moon session, I guess. Okay? Or full moon session, whatever the last one was, whatever the last major session was where decisions were made. I guess the last main session, which would have been 2 nights ago, last night, whatever. 2 nights ago, whatever decisions were made over the last 3 months, over the last 110 days, need to be copy and pasted. And then we're going to read them and to see if there's any objections to them. Okay, as we're doing it, we can cut pieces out of it. Okay, but not the FQA experience from last time, from the master decisions doc. Hey, you all know where the master decisions doc is. You should. People update it after every main session. We update the decisions doc, right? The global decisions doc. All right. After every main session, we update the global decisions doc, right?
I'm still looking at it.
Yes, we updated.
Button it, please.
I will say this. After every main session, every sonic session, every your applicant session, every your agent session, somebody updates the master decisions doc, correct?
Yes.
So that.
Okay, so I just understand you. Yeah, Steve, I understand you, and I just copy and paste that topic on last Venus session into our today doc.
13th until now. Every decision from June 13th until now. I don't know how to say it any clearer. copy and paste on the bottom of the page every decision from June 13th till now. And it's not in the last Venus section. Why are you looking in the last Venus section? It's not in the last Venus section. It's in the Global Master Decisions doc. Okay, decisions doc. The global, right, it's in the decisions doc. Not the master note schedule, the decisions doc. Every session when we vote on anything, do we update the decisions? Do we update the voting sheet? Go to master docs, maybe it's in master docs. I don't know where you have them in yours. Look in your master docs, maybe it's in there. Master note schedule, I just said there, in there, look in there. Look in there. I can't open the doc on my computer, so I can't get it. It shouldn't be that hard to find.
So master topic list.
Master decisions. See the decisions doc? Go down. It says decisions doc. Ah. There you go. Open that. That's not a decisions doc. You're back in the, I asked you to open the decisions doc in your doc. You just had it. Go back to where you just were. Open it. Open it. Now, copy everything from every decision, every proposal and every decision from June 13th until that session. Just copy and paste the whole thing. From June 12th all the way till then. Oh, you know what? Excuse me, don't. I have a better idea. I am going to read every decision. If there was no negative, you can stop now, Abdul. If there's nothing negative, we'll go on to the next one. If somebody wants to vote against it, then we'll put that. If that for that decision, there was one person or two people or whatever that voted against it, instead of copying all this into the doc. Okay, that sound like a good idea. Instead of putting 20 pages of stuff into the bottom of that doc. Okay, so we have a pretty good topics list. I see somebody pasted the entire session value fund and everything. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask a very simple question. I'm at the bottom of that doc. This is our doc. Yes, this is our doc. I know I said link to the last one. I didn't say to open the last one and copy it onto our doc. I know I didn't say to do that. I just said to link it. And it's fine if you want to leave the first paragraph. But everything from Isaac is back from a long absence down can go. The fact that Isaac's, unfortunately, his grandmother passed away is not something that is pertinent to our meeting. So I don't know why you put all this in there.
So, Steve, can you check now, please?
I'm cutting right now, excuse me. Cut. I have to cut more. Everything from the end of the paragraph of the F2N experience starts to the end where you have value tracking for another meeting doesn't belong there. Can somebody please take all that out? Go down a little bit. See where somebody put in the, okay, I'm starting to get very frustrated. I'm going to start yelling like Jay did the other day. Abdul.
Yes.
Did you link the entire Venus F2N experience to the doc we are on? And if you did, why did you do it?
I'm not understanding you, Steve.
Okay, well, did somebody link the entire Venus F2N experience from June 12th to this doc, and not just the link?
I think the link was there.
Somebody opened the doc and copied the whole doc onto our doc.
Yes, I already copy from the decision doc and paste here in this today's doc.
Now here's the problem. If you would listen to what people say, instead of acting, I said, forget it, don't do that. I'm going to read them out one by one, because there are too many of them. Here in September 12th.
We are supposed to link the last Venus.
But not to open it up. That link it, but don't open it. Just put the link on it.
Yeah, the link is down on the
right, but somebody opened the doc up and put the whole thing down there. That IG's grandmother, and that's that stuff we need on our doc. Look further down. Look wherever it is, where it says F2N experience. It's on page. It's it is right below. I gotta go all the way up. Let's see. All right. Well, I mean, this says the June 1st main Andromeda section on it. You know, I mean, it has stuff that whoever put this there just overdid it. They just put down too much here. Hold on. Let me see how high up I have to go. So, right after check-ins, because the check-ins are on here, right after check-ins, and right after the Venus session, 10 minutes. Go past other topics, under Atlantic session. He put starting July, September. I'm okay with this so far. July. I'm not, this is, let me look.
To move to another topic.
I'm just looking. I'm looking at the dates. So anything that's below the June 29th vote, because the next vote after that that's up there is June 1st. And, you know, 29th of what? Full moon 29th, 2017. What? This makes no sense.
Steve, we have 2 minutes.
Oh.
We lost Steve. Let's continue, Abdul.
So I think it's pretty much not clear about this.
I'm back.
Okay.
I lost the screen. And the entire FQN experience from June, not just the link, but radically opened and copied the entire experience from last time, to just please remove it. That's all. I didn't ask. I asked you to put the link on it, not to copy and paste the entire FQN experience, the entire doc from the last meeting. The doc from the entire last meeting opened on the bottom of this meeting. All we need is the link at the top of the page to the previous FUN Venus experience. All of you have done main sessions before. These are things that we tell you all the time. When we ask you to link the doc, it means put the link at the top of the page where it's easily found above the title, so it says the date and what it is for the last session, not to open the doc and copy and paste the whole doc into the page.
Okay, so Steves, I'm just.
Do we all understand? Do we all understand what I'm saying? When you're asked to link a doc,
so I'm just
when you're asked to link the doc, you just put the link. You don't put the doc on it. I asked somebody to open up the decisions doc, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But somebody opened up the entire Venus experience doc and put the entirety with value tracking and everything else on the bottom of this doc. And it doesn't belong there. And I should not have to spend so much time on things that have been discussed over and over and over again. And this is why Jay lost it the other day, and this is why I'm getting a little hot under the collar now. The people who do these things are the same people who do them all the time. You need to think about what you're doing, and if it makes common sense. There is no commonsensical reason to open up the entire doc from the last Venus section. But the very top section, maybe, that explains what the Venus section is, or to open up the entire doc with all the voting from that doc, and all the value tracking, and the video indexing, and the minutes of the notes from that doc. It doesn't make common sense to do that. And all that Jay and I ask is that you use common sense. That's alien. Or somebody. I mean, whoever's typing that, I see your screen. Don't write everything. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now go down a little bit below that. Go down a little bit below that. See where it says Isaac? Everything from Isaac down can go away. Because we don't care. I mean, I'm sorry that Isaac's grandmother was in the hospital, passed away, but it's not relevant to this meeting. So all of that has to come off the sheet. Okay? Now you got it. All of that has to come off the doc. Everything from the word Isaac is back from the log absence down to the bottom has to come off. So right click it and make the whole thing blue from there down. I don't know who's doc here. Right there, from there down, make it all blue. What are you highlighting? Do you know how to delete things from a doc? Who is this? Do you know how to delete things from a doc?
Yes, I already linking this doc into our today's doc.
Yeah, it's already done.
Yes.
All right.
So
Thank you.
So this is the doc.
I move to the next topic. We have
right, there we go. So now,
yeah.
who would like to, okay, who's co-facilitating with me?
Yeah, Steve is with me.
Would you like to start reading through the decisions? We can start from September and work backwards. Okay, and see if there's anybody who has any problems with any of the decisions. So we read what the proposal is, and see if anybody here has a problem with it. So, and let me remind everybody, what our Simon's going to do is say, this is the proposal. Is there anybody against it? Don't answer. As long as you're not against it, just don't answer. Don't count to 3 and go on to the next one. The only time you say anything is you disagree with what the decision was. If you don't disagree, don't say anything. Okay, you got it? I'll see if you can start with the September 12th decisions.
Okay.
I'm working it backwards. You don't have to, nothing has to be written down. Nothing goes on the dock.
Okay.
The only time something has to be written down here is if somebody disagrees with the decision. If somebody disagrees with the decision, then we will put it down in the notes. We'll have to write proposal down and so either disagreed with it or change their vote. As long as there's no disagreement, everybody's in favor of the proposal. Nothing has to be said, nothing has to be written down. So what? I thought I was taken off the dock, somebody told me. I thought all this was removed from the dock. Abdul, all that has to come off, all of it.
Wait.
I'm telling you, I'll sit.
Okay.
I'm going to sit back and listen.
Okay, so this is the most recent decision are always at the top. Proposal, we are going to is that we have to update level 4 protocols. which will include 5 responsibilities. Minimum 2 will be from the client. Minimum 1 is an overall priority. Minimum 1 is a team priority. And 1, anything.
Are there any objections? Go on to the next one.
Okay. So Australia main session. Okay. The proposal is to pass the core team July-August budget 5,244 base pay.
Since that's way in the past, I don't think anybody can really change that one very much. We've all been paid for that already.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Now the next proposal is to transfer the funds budget to the global full moon session. Do we all agree on it? All right.
And the question I'll do for future reference, it's not that we all agree, but that requires a response. Are there any objections? Does not require a response. Do you understand the difference? If you ask do you all agree, they have to say yes.
Yeah.
If you ask are there any objections, and if nobody objects, nobody has to say anything.
So
okay, in the past is my consensus.
So
all right,
got it.
So
no, don't be sorry. This is always a learning experience. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first proposal, Asif bhai, can I say something?
Sure.
On first proposal on update level 4. So this proposal is I agree with this proposal. And
excuse me.
I agree with this proposal on this update the level 4 protocols, every members need two minimum client responsibility and one
Right.
overall priority and
Right.
one team priority and other is
Right.
one other is anything. So I agree with this
Right.
proposal, and I say something here, like as when I assign a new priority or new responsibility and I start working on that responsibility, then after completing 1 hour, then I need to assure that am I right or not. So that's why I every person need to first checking that I working that responsibility, is it
That's
correct?
not what we're talking about here.
Yeah,
What we're talking about is to go from level 3 to level 4.
yeah. So
That you have to know. Let me finish. Let me explain it to you. That you have to know the client priorities that you don't need help with.
okay.
That you have to know one overall priority that you don't need help with. That you have to know one team priority that you don't need help with, and one of any other priority. It has nothing to do with that has nothing to do with responsibility organizing. It has to do with the priorities that you know how to do. This is not about responsibility organizing. This is not about responsibilities. The word responsibility is not there, except in the 5 responsibilities. Okay, without saying that you do them, that you have to know how to do them. Not that you're the person who's organizing them, not that you're the person who's responsible for them, that you know how to do them. There are 10 people who are checked out as a responsibility on, let's say, onboarding. Not all 10 of those people are responsible for organizing the priority. Only one person is responsible for organizing that priority. You understand the difference?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. I am the communications co-coordinator. That is my responsibility. When something needs to be done in communications, and they're not doing it a lot now because I have taxes are a bigger responsibility right now. Okay, I should be able to say, can I thought is there anybody who's willing to help with, not that I'm going to do it, but I need stuff. Just give you an example now. Let's say, okay, yeah, I'll use it again. Let's say I didn't have the time or want to do the Mars elections. That's part of communication, sending out the election form emails, right? Okay. So let's say at the meeting today, I said, I need a volunteer who can make the form, and I need another volunteer who can send them out. That is me organizing the responsibility. It is then my responsibility to make sure that person A made the form. I'd say I need it done by tomorrow, end of shift. You just Skype that person or go on the shift and say, did you make the form? And if you did you send it on to the person who has to email it? And then check with the person who has to email it. Did you send out the email to all the members to vote for the Mars elections? That is me organizing the responsibility. Okay? Now, me going and making the form myself and sending the emails out myself is not me organizing it, it's me doing it. Nobody can do every responsibility that they've taken on. Between me and Jay, between us, we can work 300 if we want to work 12 hours, 14 hours a day, 6 days a week without a break. We organize, we ask people, like I know who my person to write my form is. I will contact James. I'll say, James, I need a voting form. James will make the voting form. He will send me a Skype with a link to the voting form. I will then check the voting form to make sure it's good and put down on the voting sheet that the form has been verified, that it's been checked and verified by me. And it just so happens that one of my responsibilities is taking care of emails for the team. So then I will send out the email because I have the account set up to do it. But I could conceivably is that somebody else who has all the information, all the emails. Ask me with as if I need a working email for you. Please type it to me later. That's just on a side note. The last time I sent stuff out for Global, your stuff bounced back to me. All right? That is me organizing the responsibility. Is this what you talked about with Jill the other last night, Asif?
Yes. Yes.
Basically, am I saying the same thing? Nobody can do it all. Nobody, okay, and that's what we're going to tell you. Abdul, you write down that I've seen it on your sheet, all these responsibilities. There is no way you could do all those responsibilities. And the other thing is you have to prioritize them. Which responsibilities, I have to remember that my new computer is a touchscreen also, and not keep hitting the screen when I'm talking. Which responsibilities are most important? What has to get done first? What is the timeline of the things that have to get done? My timeline right now is government compliance, which basically only me and Jay can finish. You guys can do the CSVs for the taxes, and I told you, and after you're done with what you're doing for Jay, you and Silver and maybe we'll sit down and I'll discuss the categories and how far off they were and how it actually has to be. But it's not, it's still good. It helped. But my priorities are first government compliance, taxes, backtracks, next bills that have to be paid that I have to remind Jay to do. Then the next thing after that is say getting out this email goes out for the Mars elections. Then the next thing after that might be to check on the set the blocks that Jorge and Nelly are doing, was I'm responsible. That's one of my responsibilities to know what's happening with that. Then the next thing I'll do, and I make a list of all my responsibilities in the order I need to do them. Not every responsibility I know how to do, but the ones that I'm responsible for taking care of. Do we all understand that, everybody?
Yes, yeah.
I just crossed off about 3 of our agenda items in one long discussion. I understand that.
Yes.
But since he asked the question and he broached the subject, I decided I was gonna just, do it while it was, being talked about. All right, if you'd like to continue back where you were with going through the decisions, and I hope somebody's keeping notes, because I really don't want to have to repeat all that. Because I am exhausted. And remember, guys, for me, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Can we move to another topic, Steve?
Yes, we are. We're going to finish the vote. We're going to finish going over what was put it on. Just continue.
Okay, the proposal 4 is can we move, the next proposal, can we move J to the level 4? Any objections on it?
How was that?
Moving J, because it's in front of me.
Let me find this. We moved backwards. J's at level 5. When did we? Oh, that's an old one. That's an old one. Yes, that's fine. Jay went from 3 to 4 before he went from 4 to 5. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So, next proposal is
a lot of these things are things that have come and gone. Jay's already at level 5, but we still have to approve everything that went on between the Venus sections, okay?
Okay. So we have next proposal of this is also old one, Steve.
Yes, I know. Let me run through these.
I saw old Steve, so we don't have to dwell on them. We have to deal with the ones that I think.
I'm let me go through them for you. Okay, so here's one that we do have to do. And this is, okay, It's a little different, but it's still there. We improved the ranking policy, and that's fine. Atlantic team stays at level 1. Pacific team can move to level 2, which is back to level 1, since half the people have left. It's just me and Jay on the Pacific now. So, proposal, worst case scenario, I'd rather vote to move both you, Lucy, Billy, and Benji. Take the names out of this. Here's what the proposal comes down to. Nobody is allowed to fight with each other. And that's why Jay admitted he was wrong. We do not use Skype. We do not use the Hangout to keep fighting. We try to de-escalate. If we can't, we bring it to Jay. Or if Jay's involved, bring it to me. You know, if I'm involved, bring it to Jay. Whatever. But we don't use Skype to have fighting. And if people continue to keep it up and don't let something go, then they can be asked to leave by their team for X amount of time, as other people have been, like, you know, put on suspension for X amount of weeks or days or months. It has happened in the past. People can be asked to leave their team and join a different team if they keep having problems with the people on their team. You know, if there's somebody who constantly causes a problem on a specific team, whatever team it is, let's say we're nobody working. Let's say we're working on the Central Asia where there's nobody working right now, or whatever, or the Middle East team where there's nobody working. So I mean, let's say, so you know, some of the other Middle East team is always fighting with somebody else on the Middle East team. These two people keep going at it. They can either be both asked to leave, they can be split up. You know, these are all things that can happen, and it's been voted on. We don't very often fire people. But in the worst case scenario, everybody can vote. And both people involved, or 3 people involved, can all be asked to leave. If it's affecting the ability of the team to function, or FQN to function, then everyone can be asked to leave. Are there any problems with that? It takes a full team vote to have that happen. It's not one person saying, as the senior, I am the senior ranked HR person besides, that works, that's working. So I can say to somebody tonight, you're causing trouble, you're not getting, you know, you're interfering with other work being done, close you shut your unit down, get off the hat, you're done for the night. I can do that. And the senior HR person in any shift can do that. To fire somebody, you have to bring it to the next main meeting, to the next main session. And then that's going on there, and then it's probably going to have up to a global vote to have a full moon session before we'd actually, even then, we'd probably suspend them, not fire them. You know, a little while. Firing takes a lot. We've never fired anyone. Firing takes a lot, you know. You would have to do something that literally almost cost us our, I would like, if you cost us our relationship with EXA, or almost cost us our relationship with EXA, but they were considering getting rid of us, was it something you did? That might be grounds to get fired. It would have to be something that serious. So, okay, are there any problems? So if all the other, basically what we're saying is if every other type of conflict resolution doesn't work and the conflict keeps going and it's becoming a detriment to the work of the entire organization, that we have the ability to let people go if we have to. As a team vote, it would be voted on as a proposal, as say a full moon or a quarter moon. Okay? Are there problems with that?
No, Steve, it's clear.
Okay, that's why I wanted to explain it to you. We're not just saying that, you know, I can't come on and just say, Asif, you're fired. I can come on and say, Asif, you're going to take the next 2 days off until the next main session, but I can't say you're fired. And at that point, you know, I would say, before you work again, you have to talk with Jay I'm gonna have a discussion with Jay, then you talk with Jay, we'll see what happens, and we'll take it from there. But you're not gonna get fired, not just like that. I had a problem when somebody told somebody you didn't fill out your work report, what you did on the dock, so you're not gonna get paid today. That doesn't work either. If somebody works, they get paid. We've had that discussion before. We don't do things like that. If you work and you put in the hours and you right or wrong, you get paid. Next. Next. Okay, next. I'm going down to the next one. I'm going to move faster than you. I'm a little quicker than you. So, $100 pay if you have a computer and audio connection. If you don't have both, you 50% pay for no computer or 50% for no audio. And that means you only get 25% for text only. They only get 25% of all you can do is text. All right? In a session. If you have your computer, full audio video, then you get 100%. If you don't have your audio, but you have your video and your text, you're going to get 50%. If you have no video and no audio and all you have is text, you're going to get 25%. Any problems with that?
No problem.
And that was for the place where we got some people that are trying to do text only. They wanted to do everything on Skype, but we were all going for it. Good. We've already our budgets that already passed, so that doesn't matter. The 14 June, July budget, that's so far back, we all agreed to it. The HR budget for June, July, we all agreed to. There's nothing we can do about it now. We solved the Western Union PayPal problem so that we don't have a $200 day limit anymore. So that's not a problem. We now have a bank account. This is June 1st. I want June 1st. You went too far back. Now I know there are ones that aren't. I know there are a lot of things that are in here that must not have been put in the book. That must not have been put in the dock. A new moon session. What date is this? I love that people put things in here and they don't put dates on them. July, August, everyone can update the proposal with individual and budget team, okay? Okay, at this now, I am up to where everything is supposed to be cut. And I know somebody said that Abdul took it all out, but he didn't. It's all still there. I see it. My grandma passed away. I'm sending my girlfriend to the funeral. So who is, unless maybe I need to, open mine up again, maybe I need to refresh my page. Let's see. I'll refresh mine. Maybe it's forgotten. Docs. Second meeting session. Refreshed. Let's see if it's still there. No changes saved. No, it's all still there. Guys, where it says July, August consensus, and then it says add in the bucketing budget, everything below that needs to come off this page. What didn't you understand, Abdul? What didn't you understand?
I'm not understanding you, Steve.
I said everything below the words Isaac. So you took out 2 sentences and you left the rest. Everything below. Do you see what it says on the doc? Add in buddy team budget. Do you see that on the doc? Where it says add in buddy team budget. Everything below that But you know what? I'm talking to a brick wall, so I'm going to do it.
So better.
And I'm going to make a proposal that you're really not. No. And I'm going to make a proposal today. When we go back to the other side, that you're really not going to like. But I'm going to propose moving you from level 4 to level 3. Whereas you can't follow instructions. You couldn't follow instructions with Jay, and now you can't follow instructions with me. I said, please delete everything below the words Isaac. Then I said, find where it says add in the buddy team and delete everything below that. It has to do with the last session. It's not that hard. You see where I'm cutting? You see where I'm deleting? Can you follow on your screen while I'm deleting everything? The pie charts and all that? Where it says goal is 50% renewable energy? Can somebody please delete anything below that?
So I think.
Up to the yellow.
So I think it's better.
Steve,
you can share your screen,
hold on.
please. Can you share your screen, please, Steve?
Up to the yellow, where it says decisions life support agreement.
Life support.
And then take out the weekly value tracker. This is just slowing down. Delete from there. What date is this? May 12th. You can delete from there to the bottom of the sheet.
Life support decision, right?
It's in here twice. This whole thing is in here twice. Not once, it's in here twice. Guys, from. I'm starting to lose my cool. From. Hold on. Let me give you a spot. From. I mean, from the words. 31st. Let's go further back. Okay. So where it says Thursday, June 1st, main Andromeda session. Do you see that?
June 1st.
Where it says Thursday, June 1st, main Andromeda section. Do you see that? Abdul, further up, a little hard now. Not that, but go down one line at a time. Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, June 1st, yes. This one, right? June 1st.
Yeah, wait. From there to the bottom of the page, make it disappear.
June 1st.
From there to the end of the doc needs to be deleted. Guys, can I make that any clearer? From there to the end of the doc need to be deleted. To the end of the doc.
So it's better if you just tell me the which topic you just need to talk. So that's why I just open that topic. That will be fine from myself.
But that's, excuse me, the date of that is before the last session. So it has nothing to do with this session. That has nothing to do with this session. That's all stuff from the last Viva session. We don't need that in here. That's 110 days old. Okay, there you go. That's mean, I think it's pretty, understandable what I'm saying. I thought it was understandable when I said it the first time, and somebody told me it was all taken out. All right, can we please get back to the agenda? So we've gone through, I know there were more votes than that. We voted on my $250. I guess nobody's been updating the decision stock. I guess nobody bothered to update decision stock after meetings anymore. Because I know last week we voted on a $250 advance for me. I know we voted on maternity leave. And I didn't see any of that in here. Did I? Nobody have anything to say?
The perfect name of Benji and Julie.
Right, that was a decision. Do you see it when we just looked through? It wasn't there. Last week, we voted on me getting $250 from my back pay to pay for my new computer because my computer died. It's not there. We voted on Albina getting some back pay. It's not there. Where are all these decisions that we made? So that makes me think that the decision stock, and I'm going to open the decision stock now, maybe just nobody copied them, and I'm hoping that's all it is. I'm going to look at it right now. Somebody put the link to the decision stock here, so I'm going to open the decision stock in a second. Where is the decision stock? I know it was decision stock. Let me open that. I'm hoping that it's just a matter of you got it over just now. Okay, so here's the problem. This is the decision stock. Let's see. Sunday, 9th July. Let's look for the comment. So this cannot be the master decision stock. Otherwise, this stock goes from the 9th of July to the 12th of. That's the space between the latest decisions on here. And this says decision stock. Andromeda Global Team. So somebody run over to the other one. You know what? I'm going to run over the other one. I'll see if they go over here a minute. I'm going to run over to the other one and ask straight about this.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be a global decision doc for every team. That's the methodology. That's the decision stack, the methodology. But there are no actual decisions on that deck, I don't think. Wednesday, September 20th, all gone back up noon. See now, maybe it's all on here, so go down. Whose screen is this?
My screen.
Abdul.
Yes, my screen.
What? Put that back up. Slow it down somewhat. Right, keep going down.
So in this doc, your proposal not updated. In this only Thomas proposal.
What is that? That's a Pacific team.
I think this is not updated after your proposal passed. This is updated when Thomas proposal was passed. So need to update your proposal.
No, wait, stop.
Okay.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm looking at your sheet. Don't change anything. Don't move anything. I'm looking at your sheet. It says decision doc task specific team. We have a global decision doc. Everything that is on this page here is supposed to be on the global decision dock, which is the global team and the Americas team. Those are the two main teams. Andromeda, America, same thing. Okay, so why are there things that are on this stock that aren't on the global decisions dock? And why are things from a new moon session on a dock named Pacific Team? That's what I'm asking. Does anybody understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do I make sense?
Yes, I understand what you say.
I mean, I see the seasonal session there. Okay. So you know what? Can you put a link to the stock on our, just a link
okay.
on our doc?
Yeah. Okay.
Put it right under the decision stock. Not on your doc, on our doc that we're using now. On our doc that we're using now.
So we have to. I just linking into our doc.
Put it right under the decision stock. Put it right under that link.
So can
on the next line, go down the line. Put it over there. Link it. No. Is that the same doc again?
This is just.
I want you to link the doc you were just looking at. The one that said Pacific Past doc, that one. I want you to link that doc to this doc.
This is our today's doc. Second Venus session. And I linking here two decision doc. One is global decision doc, and another is Andromeda decision doc. And into this,
where's the one that you just had that said Pacific? You just had a doc over that said Pacific.
Okay, so this is the Pacific team doc, decision doc.
Now here's the problem. All these things are all supposed to be on the same doc. There is no reason that we don't have three separate docs. The doc that you have that says global team, Andromeda and global, all these decisions should be in there. But for the moment, link this doc with the other ones. Put a link to this document, get a link. Put a link to this document with the ones that you just had on the second Venus. If he doesn't understand me, somebody else explain it to him. He doesn't seem to understand. So somebody else kindly explain it to him. I'll see if you want to explain it to him, because I'm starting to get pretty frustrated.
Yeah.
Abdul, listen carefully, okay?
Yeah.
You have to link this doc. Share your screen, I will tell you. Yeah. You have to link this doc, okay? You have to link this doc in the main that no, go back. Go back again. Yeah. Okay. You have to make one link. Abdul.
Yeah.
I want to say decision doc. Okay.
Yeah.
That black one. Yes, this one. Copy that decision.
This one.
Copy this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
My brother, yeah, copy this one. No, my friend, you're not getting me.
So which one I getting? Just copy. I just told you we have two decision doc. One is Andromeda plus global team decision doc, and another is decision doc.
That's what Steve is saying, that why we are having two docs. We have to make one doc. Is that correct? If I'm correct, you see.
See, there shouldn't be decision stock right. Everything belongs there. Everything belongs on that doc. Right there. Every single decision belongs on that doc.
Okay, now we'll do one thing.
Abdul, read the name of that doc. What does it say?
I say this decision doc is created.
Not that one. Not that one. The last one you were on.
So can I just create one doc?
Not that. I asked you to read something to me. Go to the last doc you were on. The other one. Go to the other decision doc. That one, yes.
This one.
What does it say? What's the name of this doc?
I'm not clear. This can you say again, please?
It's simple decision doc task Andromeda team plus global team.
So that means we only have two teams, the Andromeda team and the global team.
Yeah.
So that means that every single decision should be on this page, and it's not. All those things that anybody's updating after every meeting is supposed to go after every main section, after seasonal sections, after everywhere else is supposed to go on this stock. Is it? Yes, what can I do for you, Thomas? What can I do for you, Thomas?
Okay. We have passed a proposal. There's a proposal we have passed on a conflict, and he's requesting Abdul to come over if he wants to talk. We want to talk on that.
So, what are you going to give us? You want us to come there, or are you just going to tell us what the proposal is?
Yeah, I've come to you about the proposal.
So why don't you copy it and paste it to our doc? Wouldn't that be the easiest way to do it?
Okay. Okay, just requesting Abdul, he can come over.
Abdul, go. No, not Abdul.
So can I go on main hangout, Thomas?
Yeah, you can come over from main hangout so that you can talk about something of your conflict with Jay and Jimmy.
Yeah, I think the conflict was between Zilu, Jay, and Abdul, so he has to go.
Yeah, so then who has to go?
So I need to go on main hangout.
Then we're going to lose our recording.
No, that's the problem now. Why don't you, Thomas, why don't you maybe Jay link us to the main hangout so that we can connect to the main hangouts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that will be okay. Steve, what do you say about it?
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But Abdul, back to until they do that, back to what we were discussing. Do you understand what my problem was? There's only supposed to be one master decisions doc. And the master decision doc is the master. There's more on the Pacific team doc than there is on the masters doc. So those two docs have to be combined.
Yeah, okay. So I just I need to combine these two doc, right?
Right, but in the date order, in the right order of dates.
Yeah, okay. So I do this. So I think
You're not gonna have time to do it now. There's no way you can do it now. We'll just.
You know that this doc is recently doc. I think decision doc for Pacific team. So this is a new doc, new decision doc.
And it's the master decision doc. Pacific and Andromeda.
Yes, so I just copy from this decision doc Pacific team and paste into the global and Andromeda team doc, right? So
and then make sure it's in the global docs tab, and make sure that is you put it in the new docs file. Or no, we already have it in the file. Just, it'll be updated, okay? And that's until September, okay?
okay.
All right. Some of it's out of order, but that's fine. That's fine.
Just paste here.
Now our shift. Now our shift is being done. We need to go through all these proposals also from July 4th, from June 12th.
June
12.
So
Yes, so just one more.
Okay.
I want to.
Okay. And so I hope somebody's writing down what we're doing. That we combined, we found all the decisions in the Pacific Dock and added them to the Andromeda and Global Team Task Decision Dock. So that there's one dock with all the decisions in it now. Okay? I'm going to click on it. So now it should be right. It might not all be in the right order, but it should be right. It should have all the decisions, at least for open, to be publicly open, it should have all our decisions in it now, at least.
So, Asif bhai, I have a question.
Yes.
So, Thomas,
Yes, I can, but
Thomas, tell me, can I need to go on main hangout? I don't know what is actually Thomas tell me. So,
I didn't get you to.
okay.
Abdul,
Yes.
you speak into your microphone and tell us what you're saying, please.
Can I go open this decision doc, right, Steve?
Right.
Okay, thank you. So, which
That's fine now.
so which
That's
date?
much better.
Okay, so which date I go first? July 12th or any other date you choose?
Does anybody else understand him?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello, Jay. So the problem that we're working on now, and we'll let you get to what you're doing, is we were discussing going over all the decisions since the last Mars. Now we discovered that when we go to the global decisions doc, that's supposed to be for Andromeda and the global team, most of the decisions weren't there. Where they were, and don't ask me why, was on the Pacific decisions doc, had all the seasonal teams and all the new moon decisions, but they weren't. So we just kind of combined those two together, and we were working on it at the moment, and we were going through, see if anybody had any problem going, ratifying all the decisions since the last Venus. We have this. Red, you have something to say. I see it in your mouth. I see it. You have something to say, so say it.
Okay, so the first responsibility you're talking about is listing and evaluating the list of decisions for the Venus executive team, right?
Right.
Right. So it's a review. This happens throughout the entire time. This is an actual responsibility that needs to be assigned. It happens continually to be able to keep it updated, and this all relates to what we call plasma. So I'm glad you guys are starting the process, but it's impossible to finish it all right now during the session.
No, we don't know that. We just combined those two dots so that we have everything in one place that we know of right now, and it was just a start. We had no intention of finishing this.
You want the decisions, so this would include budgetary decisions, policy decisions, and hiring, et cetera, legal decisions.
Right. Yes, we buzzed over a lot of stuff that, like budgets from 3 months ago, we didn't take any time on. We buzzed right through all that. You getting the level 4 from level 3, we had to send it on that. Only kidding. We went through some of that stuff. We just like, yeah, okay, we're not able, just what it is, we just keep going. Well, we're looking for the legal stuff, right? The first stuff.
Are you listening all to the Venus session?
What we said we're going to do, now let me finish, because there's so many decisions. What we said we're going to do, we're going to go through them, and if there is no dissension on anyone, said there's any type of dissent, if anybody wants to change the vote or vote against it, we will list those. If there's no dissent in them, then we're just going to put that for all the other books, there was no dissent. Because there's too many of them to write down every single decision.
And so the process that you list all of the decisions, and then what happens is that anyone who has a concern on the decision, then you can prioritize it for review. Does that make sense? So anything
that's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. We're reading through the list. And going through each one of them one by one. And if anybody has concern, and the little ones that are legal, we talked about the ones about hiring and firing. We talked about the ones, we had some discussion on the ones concerning the conflict resolution. How, they couldn't be resolved. All three could be removed. We've discussed that one, and everybody understands that it's not a simple process. It would have to go before the full team and blah blah blah. We talked about how the HR person gives somebody the night off and tell them, until the next main session, we're going to have to discuss this, but nobody can get fired without a full team review, blah, blah, blah. We went through, we're doing it the right way, Jay. I know what I got to do. My problem is just having to repeat myself 100 times to get people to understand. But that's the language barrier, and we're dealing with it.
Okay, well, it's a learning experience. So just remember that everybody's here to learn, and that we're all equals in this space. So,
right. And I can always send you promise types.
They're so private when they show up on my screen. That black side.
You know what? And I knew it was going to, actually. I knew it was going to. And I think some people by the back said, here we go again.
Let's get focused. So what we're doing is we just went over the conflict evolution process.
We did that.
Yeah, we also discussed some about wanting to talk with you about some of our policies and the independent sessions and, communicating and all that kind of good jazzy jazz and even trainings too. We're going to talk with you in the future on that. Also, we're just about to go into responsibility organizing.
We actually touched on it because somebody asked a question while we were discussing the level 4 policies. So Bill asked the question, he didn't understand. He thought that the two combined. So we actually touched on it, and we went through exactly what the responsibility organizing is, how it's not to put, we went through exactly what it is and what it is with examples and explanations. So we've actually covered that already. I'm interested in what or who is complaining about my individual work, but that's neither here nor there.
Related to, obviously, everything that happened at the quarter moon session, which we talked about multiple times. So that's pretty much going to be clearly understood. The other one is that within the America session, you like to work individually even when buddy teams are going on, and so that came up as a question of
Well, the question on that is, if I'm working on taxes and there's nothing they can help me with, why should I take them from doing something else with the rest of the buddy team? Nobody else could do what I was doing today with me except you. So why would I have Lilia come with me and sit there and do nothing? I said, let her work with you guys and learn something she can do, rather than sit there and go through the line by line taxes with me. Because I basically only do individual when it's taxes. And I really can't, nobody else can help me with it except you. When you're over there, I don't do it individual.
The two things is, one, that should be approved. So as long as everyone's in agreement with it, it's fine. Two is that, at some point we do want to train people, right? And then
yes, we do.
is simply that the policy would be that
I was on a hangout, you know.
Three people on the hangout, you guys can be working on separate things. So Lilia could be working on one thing and you could be working on taxes, right? And that would say, you guys would be working on separate things, which is the goal of buddy teams. That's the most efficient buddy team.
We get to do, right?
A double team can improve someone going off and working as an individual session if that's in the best interest. For example, right now we can prove to put if there's something more important in the Venus session, which is like really rare, right? What's more important in the Venus session, right? Then you could set aside a group, if you had a group tomorrow, then maybe, right? So then we would set a group aside who would work on that while other people are doing Venus session, right? So you could technically do an individual session or a buddy team session or a double team session during the Venus session because it's that important to get the work done. And that would need to be a group decision. So anyways, that's the plan. Good. The only thing we can do is we could skip responsibility organizing and go to tactical ops management if you want to do that as a group. Otherwise, I think we can just split back up. Very good.
We can go to tactical ops management real quick. Why don't we? Because I'm going to take on, and the other person we talked about is going to take on part of it, then maybe we should all be talking at the same time.
Okay, and then the next one we have is 3 to 4 month goals.
That I think has to be a group thing also. I mean, I have my goals and your goals. You know what the goals are better than I do, Jay. We didn't discuss that enough earlier.
It's a brainstorm, so everybody gets to do it in 2 separate groups, okay?
Okay. What are your extra 1 month goals and 1 week goals? I know they all follow you and me personally. I don't know what they have the rest of the team. List of topics.
Yeah, well, if we get a chance to go through that, there's just like a lot of really important things that all need to happen this week, and it's kind of a lot. So,
I mean, I know some of them, and you know, and we're working on some of them, you and I don't know.
Well, there's the house tomorrow morning, and then there's a
legal. That's that, right? Well, you're going to tell me on that tomorrow morning.
On Thursday, there's the board meeting on Thursday with the executive meetings or the super board meetings on Wednesday. Yeah, so there's at least 4 or 5 different things that are all happening back to back to back with exit.
Okay. Just remember, if I don't talk to you again, because I'm starting to fade. It's 3:15 in the morning here, and I've been up since 9. I'm going to, go through these last couple of things. I don't know if I'm going to make it until 4, or even much past 3:30. Listen, you're 3 hours ahead of me.
Okay, so do we want to
just remember that I will be up and waiting for you to either call me or whatever. If you continuously ask you, where are you on this? Who are you doing it with? Who is doing it with you? If you're not doing it, who do you plan? Have you asked other people to take it on? It is no longer just going to be okay to say, I'm going to do it. And Jay's going to do that to me, and I'm going to do that to Jay. And I expect anybody else who sees me not doing mine to ask me. But I am going to compile a list within the next 7 days. And I am going to, start questioning everybody who is taking on responsibilities as the organizer, where they are in organizing that responsibility. And as we discussed earlier, the way you are doing it, where you are getting people to help you do it, or to do it, or to do specific parts of it. Remember, nobody is expecting you to do a responsibility all by yourself, or expecting you to, if people said they're going to help you with it, to at least say, well, who's doing this part, who's doing that part, and ask them, where are they on it, where, do you need help with it, are you having a problem with it? To oversee, to be the overseer of that responsibility. And I'm going to hold you to what you offered to do. Okay? That's what I am. I don't know what Jay is.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and put something here. So basically what Steve wants to do is he wants to help out with what's called the technical ops, coordinator. This is a coordinator position. Co-coordinator. And he's going to focus on the responsibilities and go through, make sure everyone is covering the responsibilities. There also is another, the other co-coordinator is, this would be Steve. The other co-coordinator is Lucy. Lucy is focusing on the positions to make sure everyone who's taking on a position that is followed up with the position and that they understand whether it's a manager position or co-coordinator position. And Steve's going to focus on the responsibilities. Does that make sense in terms of like the breakup between the positions and the responsibilities?
Yeah, that works for me, sure.
Primary responsibility that you're taking on, Steve, is the idea of responsibilities verification spreadsheets, right?
Right.
So what we want to know is we want to know who's responsible for what and to verify whether or not the work has got done or to what level the work has got done.
Exactly.
Everybody is responsible to update their responsibility on the verification spreadsheet and to say how much has gotten done. For example, 30%, 50%, et cetera. Maybe it's 0%.
Up until now, Jay has gone through the list and said, well, I think this one's got done, this one. But it's not Jay's responsibility to know where every responsibility is at. He cannot oversee every responsibility. There's hundreds. Jay can't oversee everyone. I can't oversee everyone. But if we have 24 people and each one has 3, 4, 5 responsibilities, then it becomes manageable for all of us to oversee the responsibilities. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
You all talk about wanting to move up from level 3 to level 4, level 4 to level 5. And the way to do that is to learn responsibilities and help and know how to do the responsibilities. So if everybody has 5, that's why you have to have 5 responsibilities to be at level 4. Because
there's there'll be two categories of verification percentages, right? So one is percentage of work that has gotten done, right? And the other one we want to add, so this needs to be added, would be the percentage of responsibility organizing project.
Exactly.
That has gotten done. So you don't need to have power to do the work. You can start the responsibility organizing process and actually move forward with that, even though none of the work has gotten done. So they can be fully organized without work getting done, or it could be that if the work got done, but it's not organized as far as the responsibility. So it can actually be 100% the work got done, but 0% that it's organized. And it can go the other way around. It's 100% organized, 0% done, or anywhere in between. Does that make sense?
And here's the thing. Sometimes there's work that's all done, but nobody knows it's all done because it's not organized. Of course, maybe one person did one part of it, one person did the other part of it, somebody in the third group did the third part of it. It's all done. But since nobody knows that everybody's done their part, nobody knows it's done. And meanwhile, Jay's still worrying about it. I'm still scratching my head. So that's why we need somebody to organize each responsibility. So that's what I'm going to make sure it gets done. That how much is getting done and how it's unorganized.
Question.
What?
Are there any questions for me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyone have a question or concern me? So again, let's say you took on a responsibility and you don't know how to do the responsibility. What do you do?
I need to go responsibility organizing a spreadsheet.
Yeah. Yes, responsibility organizing. And then you can still talk to Steve, update the responsibility verification spreadsheet, say whether or not the responsibility has gotten organized, say whether or not it has gotten done at all. And it's okay to report that nothing, zilcho has gotten done. Because you're responsible for reporting that. And then we know, if we don't know that something's gotten done, that's almost worse than knowing nothing. It's worse to not know anything than to know that nothing got done. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We'd rather know and have it logged in the system that nothing got done on that responsibility than to have just no information at all. So when Steve asks you, what have you gotten done? And you're like, well, nothing got done. It's like, we want to hear that. You know, we don't want to hear, oh, I don't know, I have no idea. That would be a bad answer. It's like, okay, nothing. You assume nothing got done unless you can verify something's done.
Right? And if you've taken on part of the responsibility to do an actual job in the responsibility and you don't know how to do it, please do not be afraid to ask your acquaintance, somebody else in your group, in your acquaintance, Sonic or the global, or come to or send me a Skype, try not to bother Jay with it. If I can figure it out, then I'll bother Jay with it, But, I mean, just if you said you're going to do something and you're stuck, don't just, say, okay, well, I'm not going to do it. Let somebody know that you're having a problem. Trust me. I told Jay today that I don't know how to do something that I should very honestly know how to do it in my sleep, and I don't know how to do it. I didn't say, I'm not going to tell Jay. He's going to, he's going to think I'm stupid about it. Right? Look, some of you guys here understand, especially I can't do steps 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5 on the taxes. I can't. But I can do 6, 7, and 8. I need you guys to do 1 through 5. Well, now Jay's going to show it to me because I told Jay, how about you show it to me? Because I was, able to say, I know that. I know how to do it because you do it. Once you do it, I look at it and work with it and do everything else, but I don't know how to do it myself. It's not part of my responsibility. My responsibility is to do the taxes. Now, do I want to know how to do it? Of course. Will I make it my business to learn it? Of course. But it wasn't necessary for me to do it to get the job done. So if you don't want something and you feel that it's something you need to know how to do to get what you said you're going to get done, just ask. Somebody will know how to do it. If nobody else can do it, if you've never done it before, we can figure it out. Trust me and Jeff started from scratch and figured out plenty of stuff before. We can figure it out. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's the biggest one. I said something to Jay yelled at me, Cuddy yelled at me. I said it's a stupid question. There is no such thing as a stupid question. What's stupid is assuming that everybody knows the answer. Whatever the question is, please ask it. It's a lot easier to fix something before you do it wrong than it is after you do it wrong.
Cool. So yeah, that's great. Really quickly, 2 other very simple questions that you can ask via email, Skype, or just whenever you can or prioritize. If you don't know anything about the responsibility, one question you would ask is who else knows about this responsibility? Maybe I am the only other person that knows about the responsibility, and you want to know that, right? Or you want to know if other people know about it besides Jay. So that would be a very important question to ask to start organizing the responsibility. Another good question to ask is just just because you are taking responsibility for something doesn't mean you have to do all the work, right? Steve says this facts, right? You are taking responsibility for making sure the work gets done. That doesn't mean that you can't assign somebody or work with multiple people who are also helping with that responsibility. So you can ask other people how much work has gotten done. And maybe I'm the person that's doing the work, but I'm doing 100, 200 responsibilities simultaneously. I don't have time to update the responsibility verification sheet for each one. So if you ask me how much has gotten done on that particular responsibility, that might be very helpful for you to know if you're responsible for a particular responsibility. Does that make sense?
Okay, I mean, think about it, guys. I'm the communications coordinator. Communications has something like 300 tasks, 3,000 tasks. There is no way in God's given earth I can do it more in 6 months by myself. But it's my responsibility when something has to get done to make sure that it gets done. That's all I'm asking. If you take on the responsibility, make it your business to see that it gets done by getting the people who can do it to help you do it, to do it. Find, people, a lot of people signed up. If you look at a lot of the responsibilities, on the sheets, it'll have, it'll say Steve, and then it'll say James and say Asif, right? So Steve is the one who, stepped up and said, I'm going to take it. And James and Asif said, we're going to help. So it's my job as taking the responsibility to say to James and Asif, okay, what do you want to do in this? And then it's my job to say, what have you gotten done? What you said you're going to do. And that's what the job entails. You don't have to do it, just do what everybody else is doing. Guys,
I think we're ready to move on. Does anyone want to take on these tasks? So we want to add this task, the responsibility for all workers doc, and this task is basically just adding a new column into the responsibility verification spreadsheets for responsibility organizing processing. Does anyone want to take on these tasks?
Yes, I can help with that.
Which one do you want to do, Nelly?
We have as a goal for this week to work on document organizing, but I guess it's similar, so we can work on that.
Okay, but I just need someone to take on this and make sure it gets done. So, Nelly, you want to help do one of these? Which one do you want to do? This one? Or
Yes.
you want to do all of them, or what? If you don't want to work with Nelly, who can help Nelly? Somebody, I can help them. Steve and Nelly are going to double check and make sure all the stuff gets done, okay? Okay. Great. All right, let's go on to executive systems and executive roles real quick, okay? And then we're going to do our month. And I think we can get through this in 5 minutes. So the next Venus session, we'll get deeper into it, okay? So, we already went through the role of executives, which is oversight. Executives do oversight, which is what we're basically doing today. And they oversee managers, they oversee coordinator, and they make sure people are accountable. People are accountable to the work. And of course, they also make legal decisions, executive legal decisions. Executive legal decisions, and also many times they make what we call
spur at the moment.
emergency/urgent decision. So also executives appoint managers and co-coordinators. So if we have time, we would review, this is actually part of the PASMO review that we were talking about above here, which we would actually also review the appointment of all manager positions and co-coordinator positions. Okay. And so and the only thing to note here is that the board appoints the executives. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
So the board meeting is going to be the Earth session, which comes up in January, I don't know, 3rd or whatever. Okay, so what are the executive roles are the communications coordinators, the documentations coordinators, actions coordinators. Those are the three primary, what we call branches of the network. Who's doing notes right now?
How me and that should be doing notes. Did we lose her?
Yeah, Joyce, you're doing a great job with the notes. All right, so these are the executive roles, and these are the primary, what we call primary network branches. Right. So the executives oversee the primary network branches. From here, there's also the senior managers of each quintet, and we might be going quintet, that's sextet. And then from there, there's also a couple other positions, like we have format and I don't remember what it's called, but the point is that this is the division 2. The one division is called interactions. So if we just broke down the entire network into one category, it would be the interactions directors or interactions coordinators. And then format stands for fundraising, outreach, recruitment, and advertising, promotions. It's marketing. It's all the external stuff, right? So this is external, right? This is like development, executive, all that stuff. This is internal, okay? So this is basically the other position that is good to note would be with a single branch. Is that the centaur, right? The centaur. This would be my role, and then I'll give it a little thing like that. But we have divisions like we have CEO, president. We can also do other vice presidents, president, executive director, etc., etc., etc. So those are the executive roles. This is vacant. No, this one has Steve. Steve. All right. This one is vacant. Vacant. We need someone to step up and become a documentation supporter. This is vacant. Vacant. These senior manager positions, we do elections. Have potential people, so that's good. Format, this is vacant.
Format is mostly communications anyway.
But it's a little bit more than communication. If you think about
it. But it's, I mean, if nobody else does it, I can squeeze it into the other communication stuff. Nobody wants it. I don't want to, but I can.
We could create other vice presidential positions, but again, there's only basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 or 8 positions that are executive roles in the network, and then there are about there's like 6 or 12 of the team managers for each of the sections.
What is format?
Fundraising, outreach, recruitment, marketing, advertising, and promotions.
Oh, I would love to work on that one.
Really like that. Cool.
Yes, I like it.
And the other one, I can't remember it, but it's like board, executive, administrative, oversight, blah blah blah. It's like internal stuff, right? Administrative, right? So, Melly is excited about format. That's two.
Yes, I am.
And think about it, our communications coordinator oversees all internal communication systems, which is really, in some ways, internal, not external. So format is really just external relationships and business development and other aspects of investor relations, things like that.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
And
On that note, guys, I am sitting here falling asleep. I only have that much left, and I have to be up early.
So Asif is going to take over the other group.
Yes, Asif is going to take over the other group. You know, if there's any voting to be done, it's going to get sent out in an email, and I do it. The only thing I will say is, I don't think James is here, but I will speak with James tomorrow, and we will make sure that the Mars elections get taken care of. And we did for the last set. He'll get the doc form ready, and I'll get him emailed out. Okay? Asif, please, an email that works. Send it to me on Skype when you have a chance later or tomorrow. Okay? The last two times I emailed the forms. The last two times I sent you forms, they bounced back, so I need an email for you that works. All right, thank you. Everybody was a lovely session. This is my checkout. I have to call Las Vegas now before I go to bed to speak to my friends there and send my condolences a little more detailed than I did. No, I don't know if you are, Nelly, but I lost a friend and there's two more injured who were there. So I have to handle that. So
For sure.
I wish the best for those 512 that were injured and for the families of the other 57 or 58 that died, besides my friend. You know, everybody should just this powerful thing. You know, it's ridiculous. All right. And I will speak to you, Jay, if you need me in the morning. You know how to get in touch with me for that meeting. Goodbye.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
All right.
Okay, are there any last questions about the executive roles, what they are, if anyone wants to fill any of these other vacancies?
What is this? The meaning of format is fundraising.
Here, I'll write it down for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Fundraising, outreach,
I'm going to create a document for that as a responsibility, so everyone can have access to that and see what it's about. I'm going to start working on that.
Great.
So Jay, can you tell me a little bit about this actions coordinator?
Yes, I would love to tell you a little more about that. Let me just really quickly check to see if there's anything linked here for format. Just to know. I know I have a format documentation somewhere, but I don't think there's a doc. So I think you're right, Nelly, that we do need to create a doc. But this isn't working. I don't know what's going on here. Let me try one more time. It's not working. Okay. So, yeah, whatever. Maybe later. Okay, so let's go into what you were talking about, the actions. Okay, so actions is very important. Actions are proposals, decision making, planning, implementation. In many ways, coordination and work, right? Work and coordination, right? And so communications is like, the foundation. Everything's based on communications, right? Without communications, nothing else can happen, right? And that's how we communicate. Documentations is recording everything. If you communicate and it's not recorded, there's nothing documented, then nothing happens. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So documentation is extremely important because without documentations, nothing actually exists past just what you said. That's why we record everything, we're publicly accountable, and it's all documented over and over and over again, triple and quadruple checked, et cetera, et cetera. So actions is where we turn the communications and the documentations into actual implementation. Yeah. So actions is like
It relates to the proposals, the decision making. This is all about empowerment. Empowerment. One of the interesting things about our actions protocols and our action systems is that it really is all about buddy teams. Actions take place in small groups of usually 3 to 5 people, like buddy teams and double teams, buddy teams and double teams. And basically, the bottom line is that we make decisions that create plans and create an understanding. We call them planning decisions, but somebody needs to take action on those decisions or they're meaningless, right? So we can say all day long that we just approved a new policy, but if no one actually takes actions on that policy, then nothing has happened and no decision was actually made. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, for example, a proposal might be, okay, we approved the proposal for the budget, but the action is actually spending the money based on the budget proposal that was approved. That's the action. Okay, so I'm going to put that down as an example. So you approve the budget proposal, but the action is actually spending the money as the budget was approved. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes. So, Jay, is it possible to work on this? I asked it.
Of course, yeah. If you want to take on the actions coordinator role, this is an executive level role. There's actually one other one that I forgot to mention is that there's the co-chairs. The co-chairs of the management steering team, or the steering team. I don't think it's a management team. I think it's the steering team. There are co-chairs. So there are 3 co-chairs, 2 to 3 co-chairs that are positions that are really important to fill as well. So yeah, those are the other ones that I forgot. But yeah, we can see here. Any other questions on any other positions?
My question is if we can do more than one. I mean, I know it's going to be a lot of work. Yeah.
I mean, you can take on 2 and then see which one you like better because they're co-coordinator positions. None of these are a single person. They're all more work than a single person could ever do. So in that context, it's like if you took on more than one, it would be the idea, well, I'm not really sure I like both of these, and I'll try both out for a little bit, but eventually all of these are more work than any single person could do, which is why they're all co-coordinator positions.
Yeah, and also because I'm already coordinator for our clients' accounting and finances.
That would be a management position as opposed to an executive position.
Yes. Oh, I see. Yeah.
These are the executive positions. Executive positions do not like they do oversight, right? They do oversight and they hold the managers accountable, but they don't actually manage the responsibilities, right? Executive roles don't oversee responsibilities. They oversee positions and relationships, and they oversee the legal decision making to support those decisions and relationships. Does that make sense? Those decisions and relationships, yeah. I'll try to write that down again because that definitely was a pretty nice statement. So executives oversee relationships of positions and the decisions they do not focus on this part. Okay.
Yeah. More clear.
And you think about it like right now there are we're counting like around 10 to 20 executive roles. Okay, there's about 10 to 20 executive roles in the global network. Right? So there's these 3. There's 3 here. There's 6 here. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's like 16, about 15 to 20 roles, right? if you look at the actual number of roles for the management and co-coordinator positions, there's over 40 projects. All of those are co-coordinator position. Plus, we have all the client managers and all the other managers of the projects. There's like almost 100, there's at least 50 to 100 manager co-coordinator positions.
I mean, for example, oh, but I see he's already working on that. Okay, now.
Well, you can have more than one person on all of these.
The actions coordinators, that sounds really fun.
All right, so anyone else left that we have documentations, co-chairs, format, the Gino, whatever that is, for the internal coordination. Say what? Format. You're interested in format? Okay, so that would be so Nelly and Joyce. Cool. Anyone else before we go on? Cool. No, you just have to be level 3 to take on executive roles. You do not have to be level 4. The only role, this is the only one you have to be level 4. Is the senior managers of the quintets and the sextants. Okay?
Okay, I'm taking the documentation.
All right, thank you. Great. All right, so Lucy, are you still here?
Yes.
So the tactical ops for the positions, right? These are all still positions, even though they happen to be executive positions. The tactical ops manager is still going to track all of these positions and make sure that they are, they're executive positions, but they're still positions. So they still need to be added to the spreadsheet, okay?
I want to help with my quintet because, I mean, we are not too many on Andromedas, so,
yeah, we need to do recruitment. We need to do recruitment in the agenda.
But also, to be senior manager of each quintet, you need to be level 4, and I think only Steve and I are level 4.
We made Jorge level 4 too. So it's you, Steve, and Jorge, and myself, all for the Americas.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So if we come up here to the topics, this is right here, the sextant schedule organizing. So basically we're proposing to take the quintets, move them to a sextant schedule, and this is where we would talk about implementing this. I'm actually really excited about that. I'm praying that we'll get to that by the end of the week. We have today, we have the full moon session on Thursday, and we have the Mars session on Sunday. So hopefully we'll get through all of this by the end of the week.
It's pretty fun, yes.
Yeah. So anyways, this is one of those rare weeks where we have 3 global sessions in 1 week. It doesn't happen very often. All right, so let's go back to where we are now. And I'm going to remind you guys, because you guys are not doing very good at this, at the top of all of our session notes, we have the contents of the notes, and you click on it, and you refresh it, and then it adds in all of the topics, okay? And then you can jump straight back to the executive systems. Okay, so I think we're done with the executive systems and roles. So let's go on to the next topic, okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And thank you, Lucy, for helping make sure all the positions get put into the spreadsheet. And I just want to remind you guys that all of the executive positions are appointed by the board, right? So everybody is interim, and temporary, and then you get appointed by the board is where the actual official appointment happens. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that happens twice a year.
So we will be actually, as of now, we will be acting executives, right?
Exactly, acting executives, yeah. So the senior manager positions, these are co-chairs. I mean, these are elections. So these ones happen through the election and not by the board. And then the co-chairs are appointed by the steering team, and also can be elected if we did an election. But yeah, all the other ones are by the board. Okay. Alright, so let's go on to our goals. So we're going to split up into 2 groups, and we're going to do a brainstorm of our 3 to 4 month goals. And our 3 to 4 month goals are exciting because this is, I mean, we're talking right now it is October, so October, November, December, January. So by the end of January, when we do the next DINA session, where do we want to be? So it's a pretty broad discussion. A lot can happen in 3 to 4 months. All right, so we're going to
working very hard in client relations.
Okay, so we're gonna break up. There's only 3 of you guys here. 1, 2, 3. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can all just join back up as one group. Let's just stay as one group, okay? Does anyone object to us staying as one group?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No objection from my side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 9 people. So I think it's fine to stay as one group, but we could send somebody over there, and you guys could have 4 people, and we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
I think that we should book main one.
Okay, let's just all look at the main, okay?
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, Nelly, your turn.
Yeah, I think something I would like to see